Hey up everybody, my name's Joshua Morrison, director of Johnny Moz's Lessons in Confidence, and today I want to talk to you about a song that I did very recently called The Limerence, and I'm going to talk a little bit about the making of the song itself, along with how I shifted my approach to songwriting in order to focus on making singular works rather than getting this big, massive idea that looms over me like a giant monster that I've got to slay, right? This is just like an easy little thing that I can do and then get out. And I realised that doing things that way is a lot more rewarding for me. So I'm going to start doing this kind of thing more in the future because I made a little video for it as well. And, you know, I went into it with a specific intention and I think I achieved that intention. You know, I'm fairly happy with the song and the results, even though I did a lot of experiments and I tried some weird stuff. I mean, for instance, this song is in 9/8 time. It's in Lydian Mode. I've actually done a video where I was trying to figure out the the thingy, the drums and all that sort of stuff, right? So if I just go onto this channel, the channel this video is actually being uploaded to, somewhere down here, yeah, I think it's this video. So I'm trying to make the drum pattern and I'm really like struggling, and I was trying to figure out how to do this 9/8 thing because it's really simple. It's dun 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 dun. Like, that sounds really basic, right? That sounds like an easy, hummable little melody, right? No, it's really difficult. It's ridiculous just how hard this was to actually do. Like as a thing to play on the acoustic, it sounds terrible. On the electric guitar, it sounds really good. And I was trying to figure out how to do this and then how to layer it and how to add more interest to it. And also just how to play it on time and make a drum pattern around it. But once I actually managed to unlock all the answers to the questions that I had, I was able to really rapidly actually make this song. Originally, I was going to make this 20-minute long kind of magnum opus about a specific topic that is really near and dear to me. And I really wanted to give that my all and you know, just throw everything at the wall and try different things. And this was going to be one section of many different sections. And I've now decided that 20 minutes long song is still going to happen, but it's not going to have this section in it. Instead, it's still going to be in G Lydian, but it's going to mess around with like how G Lydian is also like F sharp Phrygian. It's also A mixer Lydian. It's also B minor, etc., etc. So I might just do like one song with like little bits of all the modes in it, even I think C sharp Locrian and D major. So we'll have some fun with it. And E Dorian. E Dorian's quite fun. So anyway, let's get into the song itself. So that's the rhythm. It's a really simple thing. Down, down, and down. Let me just get the guitar actually. Maybe I should have had the guitar first, like most YouTubers would have done. No, I just get up and fuck off halfway through the video. Oh, there we are. Okay. So, the basics of it. I don't even have a pick here. Oh, I do. Yeah, great. So this is how it goes. Okay. So yeah, there's a lot of fun inside of this once you actually unlock what's going on, once you unlock the little equation, because I didn't intend to make a fucking Dream Theater song, man. Jesus Christ. Oh, it's ridiculous just how hard this song actually was to play. And getting the timings right, particularly when I was doing the bass, it was really hard to actually figure all that stuff out. That's why the bass is really simple on this song. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom. So you just got that kind of continuum. And now here we get into the lyrics. So I can actually kind of play this and sing it at the same time, which I'm fairly happy about. So, oh Lydia, oh Lydia, oh Lydia, the song is in G Lydian. I cannot think of anything to more fit in. The scale is so freaking cool. It's dreamy and ethereal. You know for sure I'm going to compare the scale to you. The limerence, the limerence, the limerence, the limerence, the limerence, the limerence is something else. It's something else. it's something else. I fucked it up, but that's the chorus there. So it's basically the same as the verse. It's an incredibly simple song in terms of like the progressions. It's certainly not any kind of progressive rock song, but it is a 9/8 and it's quite complicated in that regard. So I don't know how I would actually define the song genre-wise. I thought math rock, but then I thought, well, hang on, math rock has multiple time signatures, and this only has one. And yeah, it's a weird one, but it's only got the one. And then when you get into it, I try and count the one. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's you can't count like that. That's just totally cheating. So I wrote the lyrics really quickly. The only thing I had beforehand was this verse 1. I wrote this like last month, and I knew I wanted to do more and expand on it and take that into some more interesting directions. But I didn't quite know what I was going to do, so I looked up some various, because it's a love song, right? So I looked up some various concepts around love and tried to find something that I could latch onto to define what I was talking about and all that sort of stuff. And I came across this concept of limerence. And this is where I actually made a bit of a mistake, because I saw limerence and I didn't read this bit. I skipped straight over that. I went straight to the Wikipedia page and I saw limerence is a state of mind resulting from romantic feelings for another person. That's all I saw straight away there. And then I scrolled down a bit and I saw limerence is associated with dopamine reward circuits in the brain, which, yeah, that's definitely true. And I thought it was talking about like trying to define like the physical reaction of love. Like, you know, when you feel in love, that was what I thought limerence was, but it turns out it's actually not. It's actually more of a unrequited passion for someone else that doesn't like care about your back, and how it can be quite a deep, miserable sort of thing. And there's a subreddit dedicated to limerence where people like talk about how miserable they are, and like I feel kind of bad making this song, because it's basically just I've redefined the word, and all these people, like, if they find this song, right, and they think, oh, this might actually relate to me, it's not going to relate to them in the slightest. It's going to make them feel worse, but fuck it. Sorry, guys. But yeah, so I really like the concept of the limerence in that regard. So I've redefined the word limerence, and to me now it's a happy thing, and I don't care. So the limerence, 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 the limerence. So yeah, once you actually get into it and figure things out along that line, you can really take this almost enigma puzzle into interesting places. Once you crack the code of the enigma, you can really get some interesting stuff. So the first sort of verse of it, because I wanted it to be a love song, but I didn't want it to be particularly overly pretentious-y, soppy, but I also wanted it to be a little bit quirky and whimsical, and I wanted those two things to kind of come together, and that's quite a hard sort of gel to actually make. So I started off with this one that I already had, and it kind of relates back to the Lydia. I thought those two work quite well together as a vague concept. And then, yeah, you just got like this limerence bit, and then into the next part. This is when I realized that limerence was actually a bad thing. So I made this verse kind of talking about redefining the word. So a limerent reverie, I forgot what fucking reverie means. Yeah, a state of being pleasantly lost in one's thoughts. And I thought that quite works. Pleasantly was the key word there, because limerence would, by the definition of the normal word, would invoke a negative feeling. So I thought, okay, that way we've cleared the confusion. That's sorted. Don't have to worry about that anymore. And then this word means something bad, but when we kiss, I know I have a feeling I cannot describe in any other way. That, you know, gives a little bit of a question mark, so you've got a little bit of tension for going into the continuum of the song. If you're someone that follows lyrics, I don't follow fucking lyrics, so to me it's not really a big deal, but I thought it's a nice little cliffhanger for the verse to then take you into the next verse, because the next verse is like, when has it ever been alright? When has it ever been alright? When has it ever been quite like the time we have? I need to try a word to say something like, for everything will be alright. A dictionary full of words, but none are big enough. So it's talking about how there's not really another term for this feeling, and I'm having to sort of reappropriate a term that actually means something else just to even try and get across the ideas. So I kind of liked that, because that gives the song, as far as a love song's concerned, a bit of a unique feeling. So that's kind of interesting, to me at least. I liked that relationship between the lyrics and the theme, if that kind of makes sense. And you know what? I've noticed that my favourite songs now aren't the ones where I sit and really deliberate over the lyrics and try and figure out everything and how each like word relates to another thing and make sure every rhyme is fucking as good as possible and like each word adds to something. I've stopped giving a shit about any of that. I wrote, apart from this bit here, which I did kind of write in 10 minutes, I wrote the rest of this song in about half an hour. I don't feel like it's any worse than say where's communication? Or say, so I guess this is it. I spent like a month writing So I Guess This Is It. Took ages. And I don't think it's particularly any better. I think of all the songs on this album, I think the one that's written the best is Butterflies. And that was a song that I spent maybe a day writing. But then I went in after the fact and I tried to tweak it loads. And tried to do what I did with a song like So I Guess This Is It, where I tried to tweak it and make it perfect. But I found that everything that I did to try and make it perfect just made it worse and more stilted and generic. So I just decided to let the song be the personality that it wants to be. And I think that's a lot more important than, like, it's the honesty and the genuineness that comes from the words, rather than trying to hone in on some kind of professional form of artistic expression, because that doesn't exist, right? Because the idea of professional corporatism and true artistic expression are inherently incompatible. You can't get those to work, right? Hence why, like, a channel like this, if it was some sort of mega professional thing, if it had like some production company logo, and at the beginning, like, it was all filmed in like super, you know, mega lighting all over here, and you had like 4 cameramen, and we were all sat on big sofas in a studio, it wouldn't feel the same, right? And sure, you can have some fun with that. Like a late night talk show can be quite fun with some really trained personalities that know exactly what they're doing and can entertain an audience for a long period of time, and they've had, you know, years of their craft developing their comedic skills and so on and so forth. But I think what you have now with the internet and being able to share things with random people that you've never seen or heard of before is that you can find people that just, like, who even are they? You know, like, who the hell is this guy? But he's given it a little expression, you know, and it's brilliant how people can do that. I found that, okay, it's not giving me any at the moment. There we are. Who the hell is this guy? You know. But the fact he's just doing this, what a shot, by the way. Holy shit. What a shot. That sunset. It's gorgeous, isn't it? Bloody hell. This is nice. I want to see how dark it gets. Oh, he's singing. Does he have a look? He wrote this song, it's called Precious Days, under his name Edward Van Zet. I don't know if I've pronounced that correctly. What I'm going to do, I'm going to put this male suicide in the description of this video, so please check this out, because I quite like it. I'm going to actually take some time to listen to this after it's done. I'm tired, I'm done. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, I like this. I should probably stop this because I don't know if it's all copyrighted. I'm basically just playing someone else's music, when really it's meant to be a video about my song. So let's get back to that. Where have I even put it? The Limerence, there we are. See, that's just something you couldn't do on a bigger YouTube channel, is just get completely distracted. And if I was going to drink coffee, it would be in some kind of like controlled way where I did it for the purposes of a gag, not just because I actually want the coffee because it's going cold. If I only would have drunk all of it like that, I would have done delicate little sips that were suitable for the camera. You got this. So I really like how it goes from the limerence, and then you got a bit of a dun dun dun. It's something like there's the gap, and then I don't know what that technique's called, and I don't know what this rhythm is called. If anyone knows what this rhythm is called, if it has a name, if there's any other songs that have this rhythm, I would really like to know, because I was trying so hard to figure out other songs that shared this kind of thing, and I couldn't find them for the life of me. It was really difficult. So if anyone knows anything about what this is, dun 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 dun. So here, I thought about going back to the, but I kind of was getting a bit sick of it, so I thought, how about, I really like this main part of Lydian, because what the Lydian mode is the way I think of it is, that's kind of a major-ish sort of thing, like if you're doing, I think that's major and this is minor. That's the way that I think of it, and then that's the root string, and then you've got the fifth string, which is the next one. And if you're doing, then I think of that as minor, or if you've kind of got like, or if you've got that, that's kind of major. So this scale is kind of like major and minor, so it's major on this string, minor on this string. I know that it doesn't work like that, but that's how I think of it anyway. I think of it in my own special little way. So that's the main thing that Lydian has to offer, is that. And the good thing about Lydian is that because the G itself isn't like the most dominating root note out there, so it's a little bit of a weak sort of root note where it doesn't necessarily feel like it's the biggest resolution in the universe, which means that you can kind of treat other notes as the root note. So if I'm just gonna mess around in Lydian for a bit. So now I managed to find D as a root note, and that feels like a good root note. And we're still in G Lydian. Now we're in B minor as the root note. So you see how it's not necessarily the strongest root note. I like that about the Lydian mode, because it's quite a freeing mode in that regard, and it's very easy to have a jam with and very easy to come up with new things. It's almost like creative mode in Minecraft. If you've got the super flat setting where there's no like world, there's no blocks or everything, so everything is up to you to do, and that can be quite a challenge to figure out. But if you can make something with that, you can make something really great with that, because you've got essentially more freedom and liberty than in something like, say, I don't know, just E major, for instance, where E major, the problem with E major, I say the problem with E major, but my problem with E major is it's quite a big, I feel like I can only really use this as the root. That's not to say I don't like E major. I really like E major. I'm actually working on a song in E major at the moment. I don't know how much is going to happen with it, if I'm going to finish it or if it's just an idea that will become something else. But different modes, different forms of music have their own pros and cons. And I don't necessarily think they're all made equally. Like, there's a reason that no one really uses the Locrian mode unless they're trying to show that they can from a technicality sort of standpoint. Because the Locrian mode is like... because the root chord of Locrian, I can't remember what it is. It's a suspended something though. I don't remember what, but it's something like this. That's your root. That's ridiculous. I don't know if that's actually it, but it's just ridiculous what your root is. So different scales are made differently, and you can do different things with each. And I think that it's very important to do different things with each. So that's why I really enjoy the Lydian mode, because it gives me freedom to do whatever I kind of want to do. Particularly because in the Lydian mode, with this bigger song that I want to do, when I take this song further, I want to sort of... See, I'm just making stuff up there, but I feel like that was 3 different keys, essentially, but they're all using the same notes. So you're just rethinking how you're using the same notes and applying it to different situations. And I think that can be a really fun thing to explore. So I'm planning on exploring that in a very long form. Like, it's going to be like a mix of Shine On You Crazy Diamond, a little bit of Octavarium, not too wanky though, and I don't know, maybe echoes, stuff like that, you know, where it's big soundscapes, lots of different sequences, jams and structure and that kind of thing. Well, anyway, that's kind of why I was trying to make this song in the first place, and it's why it was taking so long to make. It's actually why I started the email band, which is still happening. I know I haven't mentioned it in a little while, but if you want to send an email to officialmorrisonfilms@gmail.com, and you'll be able to find, I'll get back to you at some point, and let me know what kind of thing you can do, and we can come together on various songs. I've got plenty of songs that I can put to you. I'd like to try doing maybe an album in a week or an album in a day using the email band, so we all come together and make various things and we all kind of work together. Maybe we set up a Discord, maybe we all get on some kind of Zoom call or whatever. I don't know how we're going to necessarily do it. Come up with some, I don't know, Facebook group chat or something. I don't know the internet really, but someone knows how to make this sort of thing work. So if you know how to make that work, please let me know, and we'll because that's what I want the Manta Shrimps to be. You know how Porcupine Tree started off with Stephen Wilson just doing his own thing, and then other people kind of joined in on the band, but then Stephen Wilson got a bit of a big head about it and left Porcupine Tree, because I think, I'm not slagging him off by the way, but I feel like he kind of became Porcupine Tree, and he always was. I don't want the Manta Shrimps to be the Joshua Morris and Johnny Mozza project. I want it to be an open source thing almost, where anyone can kind of come in, have a bit of fun, and you don't know what you'll get with a Manta Shrimp song. It could be anything. We could do like weird lo-fi hip hop, or we could do progressive rock, or we could do jazz, or we could do, I don't know, dad rock, like, or we could do heavy metal or whatever, you know, death metal, black metal, whatever, you know. There's no limitations whatsoever. Ambience, right? No limitations at all. Just creative expression and freedom. That's the main goal here. And fuck off. This bloody Simpsons content that's just trash. So yeah, for this, I've gotten very distracted. For this part of the song, I thought I'd try a little bit of a different thing, because I'd been doing the for a long time and I was getting a bit sick of it. So when has it ever been alright? 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 I thought that was kind of fun, so that's what this bit goes into. I'm trying to drum to it, it's so hard. Mike Magini would even be able to do this. I'm sure he could. He's a legend. I really like the way it comes in with all the cymbals, and then the guitar, because it's proper going up to like this bit of the neck, right up here. It's really high up, it's like the 20th fret or something, so you got this really kind of intense sound. Like, it's not metal, but it's heavy in a way, or it's intense or something. I don't know what genre this song is. And if someone can tell me what sort of genre it is, that'd be very helpful, because whenever I put these things on streaming, I have to say what the genre is, and I never know. I realised I've been calling everything I do krautrock, because I had a small krautrock phase where I was just making like motoric beats. And I realised I just kept calling everything krautrock. I wasn't even making krautrock anymore. It was much more akin to some kind of progressive rock. But even then, I don't think progressive rock is quite right either, because if you think of progressive rock, if I type in progressive rock, right, it's not going to come up with stuff that sounds like this. Yes, close to the edge, first thing, right? Okay, Echoes is all right. I mean, I'm not saying it sounds like Echoes in the slightest. But you see, it's all this kind of stuff. It's not quite the same. So, I don't know. I don't know how to describe it or to label these things. I'm not a good labeler. I stole this sort of section from The Dream's Dream, the song by Television, which I'm not going to play a little segment of. You can look it up. It's a beautiful song. It's also in G Lydian. It's only got one verse, sort of in the middle of this sort of 6-minute long instrumentally sort of song. It's genuinely, I think it's probably my favourite Television song, beyond even Torn Curtain and Marquee Moon. It really is something beautiful. And it ends with this kind of, all the big sounds disappear and you just got this boom, 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 boom. Their version goes on for like 2 minutes. Mine only goes on for like 30 seconds. And I wanted to give it some like interest because it was literally just the bass. So I thought, what can I do? I'll add, so if I go onto my, where would it be? Camcorder. I've got like these sort of things where it's just literally
it gives
just random clips. So I've just got these random clips, right, that are filmed with, okay, it's over there. It's a little digicam sort of thing, right? Really fun. That's what all the footage is, by the way. That's what all this stuff is. One clip, there was this really fun conversation that was going on. I thought, let's just sample that. So I just exported that as audio and then put that into the DAW and then synced that up with what this is. Because we're trying to figure out, oh yeah, God, no, look, he is in a wheel, he's in a zoomy thing. Yeah, he is. Jesus, I thought it was a bicycle for a bit. Okay. So I added loads and loads and loads of reverb, so it sounds quite far and like, you know, nostalgic and somber and sweet and that kind of thing. And that was kind of the idea, and then it fades out from here. And it's really nice because the last little bit of it is this little giggle. Brilliant. Like the final bass notes. Like I don't know if you can hear it. Have you got headphones on? Did you hear it? I can't giggle, right? But I really like how that song ends. I really like this. I put it like I was working on the song for over a month, but I actually made the song in 2 days. And you know what? I want to do this sort of thing more often, where you just, instead of like setting out to say make a giant concept album, which then gets in over your head and it overwhelms you and it makes you feel like you can't do it and everything needs to be so big and perfect. Just make songs and just have fun making songs. And the more you have fun making songs, the better you will become. As I've said before, if you make 100 songs, the first 100 songs are going to suck. But you make 100, and then you make a few more, you start to get to a point where you're satisfied with yourself, and then you reset your 100 songs, and you make another 100 songs, and you do that again and again and again. And each time you do that, you will get better and better and better. So I'm on like my 4th set of 100 songs, and this is the first of a new 100, right? So if I make 100 songs like this, with these little, just fun little videos, right? Who's to stop me, right? So thank you very much for watching. I've realised that the camera has just died. I don't know how long ago it died. I hope it wasn't too long ago. So thank you very much for watching this video, everybody. I hope you have a good rest of the day. Hope you get out there and make some good music and enjoy yourself while you do it. So yeah, take care, everybody. Bye-bye.